I eternally upset every doubter in existence because every single time I win, every time I try to win, and they hate it. They hate me for it. Why doesn't Preme give in the way that I did? Why doesn't he give up on his dreams the way that I did? All of the failures he's went through, he's still pushing. Every time I try to win, every failure I delete from my brain. I go back inside of my memories and I only create a careful crafted reality of that which will fuel me towards success and power. I delete everything that does not serve me. I was meant to break chains and be powerful. You're meant to break chains and be powerful. The reason why most of you are demotivated because you keep thinking about all the losses of which you had. You need to revamp your brain. You need to go inside of your mind and delete every failure from your mind so you can continue to go down the pathway of success. But it seems like for most of you, this can be challenging. This is why I'm telling you, I delete every single thing that does not serve me for my brain. I have a memory bank, I have a memory bank, which I go back like a video game. I can see it. I'm in a system like Jinwoo. I'm in a system and I'm looking and I'm seeing which attributes I can upgrade and I can see different memories which I can delete. You need to adopt this power. You need to use your power. You have it already. You just need to tap into it and access it. You need to understand every single time you try, you can win. Defeat is psychological. You need to tap into that side of you, which has been hidden. I call it the left side of Preme. You need to tap into your left side. You need to tap into it because they've taken it from you. They told you that it was evil. They told you that it was toxic. All these different emotions that you feel, you're supposed to feel, and you're supposed to use it as power, not to give up, not to be a little coward. See, this is the thing. They want you to be a good, nice little boy. That's why you go down the trap of which the enemy wants and you break the trap and you laugh and kill your brain. I'm like Joy Boy. I go down the trap which the enemy wants. I let the attacks hit me and I laugh and I cure my brain. They want you to be a coward, nice little boy. And you need to see the trap. You need to hear it. And you need to understand that you're not that. You're more powerful than your enemies, which why your enemy tried to get inside of your brain. Every single time you try, you will win. If you use this psychological phenomena that I'm teaching you right now, this philosophy, if you start to delete all of your failures from your brain, you can win. If you stop trying to feel good all the time as a man, you just wake up and say, I will work regardless of how I feel, regardless if I'm motivated, regardless of anything that has happened, I will work. Delete all the failures from your mind. Just because you didn't make money from that business doesn't mean the next one won't. Just because you didn't get views that day, that don't mean the next day you won't. Just because things didn't work out the way that it was supposed to work, that doesn't mean it won't. You need to get out of trying to be insignificant. They want you to be insignificant. They want you to be disposable. They want to treat you like nobody. They want to treat you like trash so they can control you. But when you take your power back, you start to understand that there's nobody that can come and pick you up and force you to work and do the life, to work and live the life that you want to live. You have to do it for yourself. Do you understand? Nobody, and I mean nobody, is going to come and pick you up and make you live the life that you want to live. You must create it. I recreated myself. As you can see, I created myself into a hardworking, big, strong man. You can look at me and see how powerful I am. And when I walk around, people can feel my energy. They can sense it. And I walk around, they can see in my shadow a bunch of light beings in my shadow. Because wherever light is at, dark is there. Wherever dark is there, light is there. He that has ears. Nobody understands that. But you need to take back your power. They have convinced you that when you fail, that's the last thing. No, there's infinite trials. You need to revamp your brain, clean your mental house, and only download data into your brain where you won. Think about all of the times you won. Think about all of the times you won. Think about every single time that you won. And I want to read something from my free Telegram. which you can join. The link is in the description. I want to read it because it's something I said. The human brain is wired to look towards things that are detrimental as opposed to all of the good. Because think about every time you've done something for somebody or done something and they forget about all the times you've done the right part or done what you're supposed to do. And they only remember the time where you missed doing it. Think about all the times you washed the dishes for the whole house hundreds of times. When you miss one time, they focus on that. They don't thank you for washing it all the 100 times. And all the times, but they complain about the one time. Well, they complain about the one time you didn't help. I said, track your small wins. Humans are oriented towards putting down their small wins. That's why when small things happen, the small wins happen. Like, for example, somebody I know came to me and said they made $3 online, saying it's like it's nothing. No, that's proof. That's proof that the method works. You need to take that energy. You need to take that power and sit and say, if I can make $3 online, I can make 3 million. I can rinse and repeat it 3 million times. Now we're multimillionaires. Do you understand? This is the power of your mind. Think about all of the times people remember the bad things you've done as opposed to good. I can see in relationships, when you're with a woman, every man knows this. When you're with a woman, when you mess up, they forget about every single thing you've done that was good. Everything. In fact, I can tell you how oriented minds are towards the dark, or not even the dark, the bad, pointing out the bad and everything. I was telling conversations with the people around me. I remember I was reflecting back in the Brokey days. I was sitting reflecting. I was saying, when I was with a certain woman, everything was when everything is going good. When I'm deciding, you know what, I'm gonna take on a date. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna pull up in my fast car, my fast whip. I'm gonna come with the chains on. I'm gonna do this. All of a sudden, now she's looking for something bad. Out in the good. We having a good time. In her mind, it's like, it's too peaceful. I have to figure out something bad. I have to figure out something. It's way too peaceful. So now she's looking for things. Oh, you're looking at your phone this way and this, you're looking at this garbage. So be grateful for the small achievements that you've made. Most people don't even track the metrics which can propel them toward the avenues to success. Everybody, you keep looking at your failures as opposed to looking at your wins, which is why you feel demotivated sometimes. You need to look at your wins. You need to look at your wins. You need to count your wins. And that's what exactly you need to do. And that is the route of how you will continue to win. You will continually win by constantly looking at all of the success which you had and tracking it into small wins and small metrics. If you can do that, you can propel yourself to the avenue of greatness, to the atmosphere of greatness. You cannot get to your goal without small wins. Because small wins, let's say you wanted to get $1 million. You cannot get $1 million without getting $1. You cannot get $1 million without first getting $50, $100, and so forth. Therefore, small wins are most important. This is what people forget. You forget. You cannot allow the enemy to make you forget that the small wins are the most important critical component, because the compound effect will ensure that you will get what you want in a few years or in a few months or in a few days. The compound effect is always working. You need to understand that the enemy try to trick you out of your God-given powers and ability. They try to convince you that what you're doing don't work. They try to convince you that what you're doing is not achievable. They try to convince you and make you think in the way that they think, because the way that they think, they cannot function properly. So the only way they can try and get in is through your brain. You need to blink and you need to laugh and you need to clear your brain. Track your small wins so that every single time you get to say, every time I try, I win. It's the truth. Every single time you try to talk to that girl, she ignore you. Oh, well, every time I try, I win. Try to start a business, you're not making money. You sit and say, well, every single time I win. You tried that business, you try another one, it done fail. Oh, so what? Every time I try and win, and eventually, after you achieve it, did you win or fail? You won. You tried that business, it failed. Tried that business, it failed. Tried that business, you pull it off. Did you win or fail? Did you make money or not? And then everybody starts to forget about all of the losses of which you had once you start to show them, or once they start to see that you won. They forget about all of the losses of which you had once you start winning. And really, loss is temporary. People only think about it temporarily. Then it disappears from their mind. So why would you be afraid to lose? Why would you be afraid to try and fail? It's no point, because you get to delete all of the failures from your memory and all the losses from your memory to just try again. Perhaps you didn't get her that time, but the next time you're going to get her. And even if you don't get her, say, every time I try, I'll get every woman I want. And it upsets your enemies. They can't handle it. Why? Why does he keep trying? Why does he persist? It's kind of like Neo out in the Matrix when you're fighting the agent on the last scene. He was in the water getting beat up. It was raining. He was, why? Agent said, why, Neo? Why do you persist? That's how your enemies is. The enemy's mad. He's jealous. The enemy's mad and jealous. He can't stop you. Every time you try, you continue to win. They can't handle it. And that is why every single time I try, I win. And every single time that you try, you will win. You need to listen to what I'm telling you, and you need to download this mental mainframe and use it. Everybody knows where to find me. The free Telegram, which I talked about this in depth, t.me/Preme Operations. Everybody that wants to win is there. Everybody who loves to try is there. And I join, and I want you to join, because it's very important for the shape of the atmosphere. I'm trying to free some people from the slavery, eternal slavery, serfdom of mundane. But it takes a mind switch. It takes a mind control. And this is a philosophy that I want to start teach back. I want to start teaching this philosophy back, because this is the philosophy that which helped me get through all of the bad circumstances and everything bad that has happened to me. Going out to the wilderness, being homeless out in the wilderness, staying out there with no food, no water. It allowed me, this mental model, this mind frame allowed me to become who I am. Powerful, strong, fantastic, charismatic, funny, sexy, with a long Johnson, with a long Washington. I got a long Washington. But anyways, it allowed me to become the man who I am. This mental model, this mind frame, because I'm closing, but it's important, because we keep thinking about, oh, I want to feel good. I want to feel something. But the moment you stop trying to just feel good all the time as a man, you just start to try and feel powerful and feel proud. Okay, wake up and say, what can I achieve? What can I achieve today? Regardless of what emotion you feel, you need to feel that emotion and use it as fuel, so that every single time you try, you win. Join me. Join us, actually. We have 96 men currently inside of the free Telegram, t.me/Preme Operations, and all of us is winning. And all of us is a part of a bigger mission. The Telegram is there for a future project, which I will be explaining in the future, but you need to join now if you want to get in. Just trust me. Do you trust me? I'm trying to warn you ahead of time. All of the other times I tried to warn you, a lot of people didn't listen, but I'm warning you ahead of time. I'm saying, just trust me and join the Telegram. No matter if you listen to my music, a lot of people listen to my music as well. No matter if you are here for my speaking content, join the free Telegram. I have something in the future which all of you will benefit from if you just trust me. Just trust me. All these other people online, you can't really trust, but you can trust me. Just trust me and join. I'll see you there.